80% of Americans sleep with their phones. Is this a contributing factor to the mental illness we're seeing, the headaches we're seeing, the brain tumours we're seeing? Because the pillow is no protection.
Your cell phone, your lifeline to the world, could secretly be harming you. Ever wondered why those headaches won't go away? Or why you're feeling more drained and unfocused? Some researchers warn that the electromagnetic waves pulsing from your device might be doing more than you think, affecting your brain, your sleep, even your long-term health. How much is too much? And is the damage already done? Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn might change the way you see your phone forever.
Do cell phones harm you? Well, it's not hard to do a bit of a search on this and find out that they do. But what I'd like to do now is I'd like to take you through a very simple explanation, and I'd like to use common sense. Now, scientifically, physiologically, we are electrical people. There's a spark of electricity in every cell in the body. Our electrical system specifically is our nervous system. So our spinal cord takes the largest amount of nerves. Our brain is a combination of a huge gathering of nerves, and the nerves go through the whole of our body. One of the problems with technology today is the excess in electromagnetic field. We are electrical people, and this excess interferes with our electricity because these devices, whether it be cell phone or iPad or computer, they are the worst because they're close. The television is usually a little bit further away, so it doesn't pose as much as a problem. 80% of Americans sleep with their phones. Is this a contributing factor to the mental illness we're seeing, the headaches we're seeing, the brain tumours we're seeing? Because the pillow is no protection. But you need your phone because you're on call. You need it for an alarm clock. I'd like to suggest if we go to bed early, we won't need an alarm clock. I wake at 5 every day, sometimes 10 past, sometimes 10 to, sometimes 4:30, sometimes 5:30, and I never use an alarm clock. But I eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, and tea like a pauper. If I do eat, and sometimes I eat nothing, if I do eat, it's incredibly light. I go to bed early, usually between 9, sometimes 8:45, sometimes 9, sometimes 9:30, sometimes 10. I try not to go to sleep after 10. And because I go to bed early, and because my windows are wide open, and because I have a lot of fresh air around me and I don't have any technology in my bedroom, I wake. Your body's ready to go when it wakes up by itself. You have a much better sleep when you wake up by yourself. And so try not to use the alarm. You might need to use it until you get into the habit of waking early. So if you do need to use an alarm, please put it in the hallway. It will wake you. If you're on call, please put it in the hallway. We've got to keep these devices away from our bodies.
EMFs can disrupt the body's natural electrical signals because they produce frequencies that interfere with how our systems work. For example, EMFs can mimic or disturb the signals in our nervous system, slightly heat body tissues with prolonged exposure, and even increase free radicals, which can damage cells. To reduce these effects, keep devices like phones and tablets away from your body, especially while sleeping. Simple changes like using an analog alarm clock and avoiding devices in your bedroom can help protect your health.
There's information coming out today about women, young girls even, getting breast cancer in the breast where they put their cell phone into the pocket that's in their bra. You can even buy a bra today with a pocket in it. I wonder how many hip replacements are going to have to happen in the young people that have the cell phone in their back pocket. It's a silent killer because you cannot see the killer frequencies that are coming up. You cannot see them, you cannot hear them. And because we cannot see or hear them, we think we're okay. And because it doesn't hurt initially, we don't think it's doing us any harm. But you can do a search on this. There are many books written on it. There's something like 10,000 research papers out on the fact that these cell phones are interfering with our own body's frequencies and causing disruptions. How we love them, how I love mine. Here's mine. Mine has a safe sleeve on it. It's called safe sleeve. And my Safe Sleeve has a card in there, and that card blocks all electromagnetic field coming out. So when I have that up to my ear, I'm not getting any electromagnetic field. You can buy devices that will protect you. Make sure there is no technology in your bedroom. Please be cautious on the children. Let me give you the Russian figures. The Russians who banned microwaves in 1976. These are the Russian figures. Under the age of 2, no exposure at all. Under the age of 5, 5 minutes a day. Under the age of 10, we're getting up to 15 minutes. At the age of 15, half to 3/4 of an hour. By 18, 3 hours a day. They're the Russian figures. How did they come at those figures? They had scientists that investigated the effect of the electromagnetic field, and they want to protect their children. Please protect your children. We are exposed to so many environmental poisons today which we do not choose to be exposed to. They're everywhere, they're everywhere. And so we must do our part to make sure our children are growing up in a safe and healthy environment so we have strong, healthy adults in the next generation.
Studies show that prolonged exposure to electromagnetic fields, like carrying a phone in a bra or pocket, can increase risks like cancer or tissue damage. Keeping devices near reproductive organs may also impact fertility over time. Countries like France and Belgium have introduced guidelines to reduce children's exposure to EMFs. Emerging technologies like 5G are being closely studied for their long-term safety. To stay safe, use EMF blocking accessories and limit high-signal operations like video streaming. Simple steps can help reduce risks in today's tech-driven world.
Realise the danger because most people have a little exposure and yet they don't appear to have any reaction. Be very careful of your exposure in your bedroom. If you're charging your iPhone or your iPad, make sure it's in another room, or if you have no choice, it has to be in that room, in the far corner of the room. And be also careful where your bedroom is. Say this is your bedroom, and outside is the meter box, and here's your bed. I've met people who've got very sick from that. So what do? You go to another room, or you put the cupboard there, and put the bed over here, or you can buy black paint, and you can paint that wall, and that will prevent. I think it's got a lead in the paint, but the lead is such that it doesn't affect you. Remember this, that you only have to be 20 inches away, and you can get a reduction by almost 3/4. So if you're, yesterday morning, I had to wake up at 5, actually 4:30, I was being picked up at 5. So what I do, here's the bedside table stopping here. Instead of having my phone there, I have it over there. So just having that far away will reduce your exposure, and it helps you wake up too, because you have to get out of bed and find your phone. How many young people sleep with it under their pillow? And you know, those people are showing they're getting headaches. Some who have been doing it for a while, even brain tumours, hearing's getting affected. Some girls that do workouts, they'll put it in their bra. Do you know the increase in breast cancer is happening there? The fact is, we are electrical people, and we have to be mindful of overexposure. Don't put it on your lap. There's the research that one guy did it, and he was showing that girls that have the iPad on their lap, or their iPad or their laptop computer, from the age of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, let's fast forward to their 30s, 47% miscarriage is happening in those girls that had exposure because it was affecting the development of their eggs. So be careful of your exposure. Try and have it away from you. Try not to have it in your pocket. I know a lot of guys put it in their pocket. You can get man bags, little shoulder bags, where you have it a little bit further away. So be very mindful of your exposure to electromagnetic field.
Cancer risk from electromagnetic fields emitted by phones and other electronic devices is a topic of growing concern. Prolonged exposure to EMFs, especially when devices are kept close to the body, may disrupt cellular processes. These disruptions can lead to DNA damage and inflammation, potentially increasing the risk of cancer.
So genetically modified foods have the ability to tamper with our DNA. Electromagnetic field excess. We are electrical people. So please don't charge your phones in your room while you sleep. Got that? Because it's called the silent killer. You can't see it, but it's interfering with our frequencies. I was reading the report of a breast surgeon who was alarmed at the amount of young girls who were getting breast cancer in the breast where they put their phones in their bra. You can even buy a bra today with a pocket in it for the phone. Okay, the phone just came out. I wonder how many total hip replacements they're going to have, because how many people put their phones in their back pocket? And I even see now they've got a pocket in the thigh. I wonder how many femurs are going to start breaking down. One man said to me, his daughter, she died of uterine cancer, and he said she was a nurse and she had this pocket and the phone always sat right there where her uterus was. So it's not the odd day you answer the phone to you, but if you keep that phone up to your head, up to your ear, and one guy, he started to lose the hair around where he always on the phone, always on the phone. We had an electromagnetic field excess to our program, and I said to him, can you just make it simple for me? Oh, it was still way over my head. So what I just say is this: we are electrical people. There's a spark of electricity in every cell. Our nervous system is our electrical system, and these devices, we know they have electromagnetic field. That's actually how they work. So, and it's not the same as our body, so it's going to interfere with it. So please keep it away. To sleep well, we need to sleep in an electromagnetic field free zone. If you use an electric blanket, turn it off when you get into bed and turn it off at the power point when you get into bed.
Exposure to electromagnetic fields can cause issues like headaches, sleep disturbances, and memory loss. Long-term exposure may also contribute to anxiety, depression, and hormonal imbalances. To reduce EMFs, keep devices away from your body. Use speakerphone or wired earphones, and switch devices to airplane mode when not in use. Create tech-free zones and consider using EMF blocking cases to minimize risks and support better health.
There are two things that will stop sleep: getting into the chat room, we all know the chat room, and also looking at your phone. 80% of people in America sleep with their phone. The phone should not be in the bedroom, it should be out of the bedroom. Even if you're on call, put it in the hallway, you'll wake up. So it's not only the electromagnetic field that's affecting you, but there's a temptation, if you can't sleep, to look at your messages. Yeah? It's a temptation for me because Australia's awake when I'm asleep. So in the middle of the night, Australia's awake. Yes, the electromagnetic field coming from the smart meter certainly has an effect. Again, call the silent killer, so it's hard to put the finger on it, but I have read of reports where people's sleep has been interfered with once the smart meter's put on their phone. That is true.
And that's it again for today, guys. We hope you learned something today about the dangers of electrical devices to your health in the long term. In today's world, it feels like we can't live without our phones, but as Barbara says, just because we can't see the radiation from our devices doesn't mean it isn't harmful. Try to spend less time on your phone or tablet and take time to enjoy the beauty of life and nature around you. If you have any questions or need further advice, please drop them in the comments below. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more valuable health tips, and as always, stay informed, stay healthy.